Hagure Yuusha no Aesthetica. After defeating the Demon King, Akatsuki, our main character, returns to Earth from another world. And he doesn't come alone, because he brings along the Demon King daughter, whom he entrusts to Akatsuki while he was dying. After returning, they are forced to attend a high school for teens returning from other worlds. The story is about the difficulties of adapting back to Earth, while threats and dark menacing organizations from Earth and other worlds chase his steps. And if you like this type of content and want to watch more, please consider smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. This way you won't lose the next videos when I post them. And the next anime on our list is Jobless Reincarnation. This anime came out somewhat recently and became super famous, because many people loved this anime. And it tells the story of an otaku who didn't do anything with his own life, and was thrown out on the streets by his siblings, because he didn't go to his parents' funeral. While he was walking down the streets, he managed to save 3 teenagers, but was killed by the truck, what made him reincarnate in a fantasy world as a baby. He started learning magic very soon, so when he was still a young man, he could already use some of the highest level spells. And I guess it's worth saying that he was also quite perverted. Sankarea. In this anime, her main character is a high school student, with a fascination for anything that is related to zombies. Unfortunately, his cat died a few days ago in an accident, and he's been trying to make a restoration potion to revive him. Incidentally, there is another person who is visiting the area, a girl from a wealthy family, and an idol to everybody in the neighborhood. Who lives under the shadow of an oppressive father. After finding out what her main character is trying to make, she helps him with a potion while sleeping out a mention that she would also like to die and be reborn. And if you want to know how the story continues, you need to watch the anime. Hagure no How. This anime is another Isekai, where the main character is dragged to another world, but this time is because of an ancient mirror. When he arrives into this new world, he was taken care by the Wolf clan. And as thanks when the clan went into war, he used his knowledge gained from school and from his solar-powered smartphone to win the war against other clans. The anime shows how he used a lot of world-famous strategies and formations, while also getting a harem of girls along the way. Isekai wa smartphone. Yeah, you are right. This anime is another Isekai. This one tells the story of Tuya, her main character. One day he was accidentally struck by lightning and killed by God. To make up for it, God gives him the chance to be reborn in a magical world. And also offers him a special favor. A favor that could be wherever he wanted. Our main character decided to use his favor to bring his smartphone with him. Starting over in this new world, he discovers that he is extremely overpowered and can use all types of magics. In addition, he has beautiful girls wanting his attention and providing him with a lot of romantic situations, but also companionship while he discovers the secret of this new world. Monogatari Series. This anime tells the story of Araragi, a high school senior who has thrown into the world of the supernatural after becoming a vampire. Furthermore, he always finds himself running into people possessed by supernatural creatures, and always ends up helping them. The striking feature of the series are the long and fast dialogues between the characters, that contain a large number of parodies and reference to other series, what makes a lot of people love this anime. Fast and colorful frames, with a large amount of text and scenarios, with a complete absence of extras. That's what makes this anime so special. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. One of my favorite animes of all time. It tells the story of the strongest player in the MMORPG Cross Rivalry, a boy that has no social skills whatsoever, and hates couples that play the game together. In the game, he proclaims himself as Diablo, the Demon Lord. One day, he gets sucked into another world, with appearance as Diablo. He soon discovers that he was summoned by 2 girls, who try to use a spell on him to make him their slave. Unfortunately for them, Diablo has a special ring that reflects all magic, turning the girls into his slaves instead. And that's how the story begins. From now on, Diablo will try to find a way to break the spell, facing a lot of enemies along the way. Rosario to Vampire. Our main character is a normal high school student that has bad grades. Without knowing it, her parents enrolled him in a school of monsters. In his first day, he accidentally meets a vampire, who sucked his blood. They become quite friends, and he discovers that he's the only one that can remove the rosary around her neck, turning her into a powerful vampire. Soon he falls in love with her, and as he goes about his daily life, he gets surrounded by a harem of cute monster girls. And by the way, if you like animes where the main character is weak but becomes overpowered, check out this video that I made when you finish this one. From Commonplace to World's Strongest. To save themselves from the Demon Lord's attack, strangers from another world summon a Japanese high school class to be their heroes. Each student has super powerful stats and skills, except for our main character, who not only gets mediocre statistics, but also the equally mediocre synergist ability, which allows him to transmute anything. And to make matters worse, he was betrayed by one of his classmates, who sent him into the abyss during one live training at the dungeon. Barely surviving the huge fall, he struggled to survive the monsters in the depths of the dungeon, almost losing his sanity. Fortunately, this gets better when he meets a powerful vampire, who has been sealed for centuries. United by similar experiences, they escape the dungeon and face the world again. And for the last anime in our list, we have the hidden dungeon only I can enter. This one is another Isekai, because I love Isekais, so why not? It tells the story of Noir, which if I'm not mistaken means black in French. Noir is the son of a low-ranking nobleman, who wanted to work at the library. But unfortunately for him, the library only had one job to offer, and the son of a higher-ranking nobleman used his influence to get the job. With his plans ruined, he decided to be an adventurer, alongside with his childhood friend. And it turns out that our main character had the unique skill called Great Sage, a skill that allows him to know the answer to almost anything. But with a downside, the harder the question that he asks to the Great Sage, the more headache that he gets after using the skill. Fortunately for him, his childhood friend discovered that if he kisses a girl after using the skill, the effects of the headache will alleviate. With this in mind, our main character asked the Great Sage how he could get stronger, and the Great Sage directed Noir to a hidden dungeon. A hidden dungeon where he found the legendary heroine, imprisoned there. She was alone there for more than 100 years, and she decided to give him 3 skills. The skill to create, the skill to edit, and the skill to give skills. With these 3 skills, he can create and edit any skill that he wanted, and he can also give his skills to others. But there is a twist, these skills works at the cost of life force. So as told by the heroine, he immediately created a skill that could replenish his life points by doing things that he likes, like indulging a hearty meal or kissing a girl. With these skills, Noir will keep exploring the dungeon, in hopes that he can find a way to free the girl that helped him so much. And if you are also an adventurer, here you have 2 more videos that you can explore. Hope you enjoyed this one and stay well.